This podcast will fail, mostly because nobody's going to listen to it. Well, you might prove me wrong. Who knows? And episode 32, this podcast will fail. I'm just some guy. Who I am and where I am is completely irrelevant to the topics that I come here to discuss with you and with myself. I have had actually kind of a rough week. It's not been a banner week for me. I feel like I even sound tired. I'm tired. Haven't been sleeping well. A lot on my mind. Probably like most people out there. Just a lot of things to worry about on a daily basis. A lot of stressful stuff to deal with. And I guess I come to this place to converse and get away from a lot of that and just spend some time focusing on the things that make me go, you know, the stuff that I'm interested in deep down in my subconscious and my mind. The stuff that comes across my attention and makes me want to talk a little bit more about life and society and self. And actually really roundabout by way of a couple of other things came upon what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to make a personal notation. This is almost like a timestamp for myself if I ever listen to this down the road on my own. That somebody said something to me today that I've never heard. Somebody surprised me. So a sharp young man at work that I work with, I guess a little bit of context just so there's some basic understanding of what I'm saying. If you've listened to a couple of these, you know that I'm an office manager for a telecommunications company. You know, I run a dispatch center for technicians and all that. So there's an individual that has been working with my team, and he is kind of a young executives type program. College level, fresh out of college kind of guy that's making the grand tour of the entire company and just moving from department to department, acting in kind of a not quite manager, not quite director, but he's there to learn and be a part of the management team and whatever. We call him Wonder Boy because, you know, he's a high energy type of dude, and he's got a lot of great ideas for a fresh young buck out of college. Really seems to understand people and really seems to understand business. You know, one of these rare, wise beyond their years kind of guys. And so I've appreciated having him around this past month. I got to give him a name. I'm going to call him... in my head, I reached out. I yelled out a word. Recently watched Night at the Museum. And there's a moment in the film when Ben Stiller remembers the thing he learned about Teddy Roosevelt's horse, and the key phrase was Dakota. So I'm going to call Wonder Boy Dakota. So he said something to me today that no one has ever said to me before. And the basic setup and context, and I won't spend too much time on this. I'll get to the point. I'm foul mood and a half this morning. I just wasn't having it, wasn't feeling it. Like I said, I've not been sleeping well this week. I've not been eating well this week. I've reached a point now that it's Friday and I'm done. And I walk into one thing that just set me the hell off, and just sort of, you know, really set my mood in the wrong place today. So I had to write a big long email to my boss and my counterparts and lay some stuff down, and kind of throw down a little bit of a put my foot down and say enough. And then right on the heels of that is some dumb thing from another part of the business. Somebody did something stupid that impacted a customer, and it lands in my lap, and my people have to deal with it, and we're counted against for, you know, this thing that we didn't do anything wrong, but we're the ones that got tasked with fixing it and whatever. So that pissed me off too. So another round of emails out to blast the world, put everybody on full volume 10 to say, what is this? Why is this in my lap? Who's responsible for this? Because we'll fix it, but this is ridiculous. I got a little reprimand from my boss on that one. You didn't do that one quite right. You know what, buddy? I don't want to hear it. So that's the setup and the context to the conversation I'm having with Dakota at his desk. And he's like, no, man, I get it. He goes, don't worry about it. It's fine. He's like, you're different today. I go, oh, yeah? He goes, yeah, you're different today. And he goes, you got an F around and find out face. Well, okay. Talk about wearing your heart on your sleeve and just being a little bit obvious with who you are today. Well, that's apparently who I am today. Today I am F around and find out. So that, you know what, and here's the thing, and as I said, I've appreciated this dude. He's a smart guy. He's a good communicator, and I'll tell you what, he said just the right thing right there to kind of snap me out of it, and get me at least somewhere back in the realm of being in the right frame of mind. So there we are. Okay, today, as now I've wasted 7 minutes of your time on this topic, today comes by way of a conversation with young Mr. Conrad from yesterday. We're talking a lot more lately, right? He's getting his hands around what he wants to do in terms of the podcast space, and apparently he looks at me as a mentor. Fine, I've made peace with that, but we really are each other's sounding board on a lot of stuff. And he has said a couple things yesterday about discipline, and about just it's almost like the modern version of just do it. You got to establish a routine. You've got to make decisions for yourself, and you've got to move forward and do these things with a level of discipline. You have to be willing to accept and force upon yourself certain types of discipline. I thought it was a very good talk and a very compelling talk. I can't tell you where that podcast is because it's not published yet. So I'm not even telling you who I am. I'm not even telling you who he is. I'm just telling you his name is Conrad, apparently. And that he's doing a podcast too that nobody can listen to right now but me. Hey, what do you know? Anyways, so that got me thinking. I wanted to talk about a little idiom, one of my little phrases. I've got a lot of little phrases in life and things that I believe in. And when I look at somebody that says, okay, no, you know what? You got to be, I'm going to smack my hand on my own hand for emphasis. You got to be disciplined, right? Here, I'm putting my fist in my palm to make it. You got to be disciplined. You got to force yourself. You have to build routines and habits. Well, here's a little piece beyond that. And because I'm somebody that struggles with it myself. I told you way early on in season 1 that I went through a weight loss journey in 2019 and dropped like 70 pounds, completely transformed myself physically and in terms of my health. And that was hard. It was hard because it was really hard to change direction on all of my habits for my day-to-day life, including my eating habits and everything else, exercise routines, the whole bit. I had to change what I did on a regular basis. Something I have always believed around that is the idea that it takes 21 days to either break or build a habit. 21 days. When you first make that decision that you're going to make some drastic change in your life, right? You're going to go in some new direction. You're going to either start something new that's going to be good for you or whatever it is, man. It's a project or it's a mission or it's a goal or whatever it is. You're going to do this new thing for yourself, go in a new direction. it's going to be hard at first, right? Or it may be way too easy at first, but it's going to be hard. At some point along the way, you are going to question and wonder, my God, this sucks. Why am I doing this? And that's in almost any context. That's not just about, for me, a weight loss journey, diet and exercise. For other people, it's going back to school or getting an education. For other people, it's career minded. Other, it's family. Or some people, it is just creative projects like this, digital media, videos, audio, whatever. You may have a lot of energy out of the gate. Maybe you have a lot of uncertainty around that energy. You come out on swinging, saying, yeah, here we go, is what we're doing. And then at some point, it gets hard. There's no free lunch, man. There's no easy route to anything. You have to commit, and committing gets really difficult when it hurts. That first day you're sore out of a workout that you overdid it because you were so hyped up. That's hard, and that hurts, and that makes you want to stop. That first time that you think you've got some big thing that's going to be make a splash, and in turn you don't even get crickets. That's hard, and that hurts, and you want to stop. You have to push through to get to that 21-day mark. I don't know why. I am not a psychologist. I don't understand necessarily why it takes 21 days to build or break a habit, but it's proven out. It's proven out time and time and time again. Everything from people who are, trying to quit smoking, quit drinking, people who are trying to stop biting their nails or whatever, right? Whatever, it can be a positive that you're trying to start or a negative that you're trying to stop. It takes time. You have to allow yourself room to be uncomfortable, to expect and accept the consequences of how this is going to feel, right? And even the sacrifices part. Conrad and I were talking about podcasting, and I've been doing this now every single day. Today's episode 32. So for 33 days, every single day, I have been talking to my phone and editing and publishing that audio, and then editing and publishing a YouTube video behind it every single day. At first, it was hard because I wasn't sure where I was going or what I was doing. And at first, it felt like, well, that doesn't make any sense, and I just wasted all this time on this, and it's hard. It made me want to stop. We talked about the idea that, wow, wouldn't it be cool if you could rent just a little office somewhere, right? Just in some public building, just a little 10 by 10 or 15 by 20 office room that you could set up all your microphones and your podcast gear, and then you could have people come for podcast play dates. How much would it cost? Gee, I don't know, and I was like, listen. That would be a very difficult thing to build a habit around. And he immediately squawked. He's like, no, why? What do you mean? You just do it. Okay, we're both family men. You have a spouse and children. I have a spouse and children. I have part of my daily life routine is to go home after work and be with my family. That allows a very finite amount of time on any given day to do this stuff, right? This editing I just talked about, and this posting. And before, when I was full tilt on a YouTube channel trying to grow it, it was the time marketing and networking and watching other people's videos and being a part of a community and contributing and all this other stuff that just eats up every possible moment of free time for me that's not work or family. So it would take 21 days for me to basically ruin my family life if I did that. Right? It would suck. Everyone would be miserable. I would be miserable. I would be leaving this day job in this dumb freaking office and going to a different office to try and make money or try to do whatever it is in this side gig business, and it would take 21 days before I would finally not, my heart wouldn't break. And it probably still would, but my kids would stop like missing me, right? And that would suck. Why would I go through all of that pain and investment of time for something that is, it would take 21 days to get used to it? And would I want to? Would you really want to get used to something like that in that period of time? But it took me 21 days to get used to this. And now, tonight, I'm telling you, when I sit down, I know exactly when I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down to dinner at 7 p.m. with my family. We're going to eat. Takes all of about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour to eat. And by 7:45, I'm going to be at my desk. I will be loading this piece of audio that you're listening to. Nobody's listening to this, but this piece of audio that you're listening to into Audacity, clean it up, add the music, boom, make a podcast and post it. That's done. I'm done by 8:15, usually at the latest. It's a habit. It just happens now. I don't even think about it. It doesn't even occur to me to have to say, oh, geez, I forgot. I need to go do this. No, because I've been doing this for more than 21 days, and it's just part of what I do now. So if you're looking for some perspective on how in the world you're supposed to start something and be successful in it, I most certainly encourage you to look at the 21-day as a benchmark. And you can almost even like plan that out. You could take a calendar, a physical one, or even a digital one on your phone or on your computer, and mark out 21 days. Make it a countdown, right? Check off, if you want to be old school, get a paper calendar with some puppies or kittens and some crap and hang it on your wall, and get a red Sharpie and mark them down. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I promise you, day 8 is going to suck. You're going to be miserable. Day 14, you're going to go, oh man, I'm tired. Okay. All right. But we're okay. We're still going. We're going to, man, this sucks, but we're going to make it. Day 21, you're going to feel accomplished. You're going to feel amazing. Right. And again, whether that is starting something new and positive or shedding something old and negative, it doesn't matter. What matters is, obviously, you got to make the initial commitment. You got to be willing to do something different, and maybe you get yourself all pumped up to pull that trigger, to put that foot down, to say something different, something new. I did it today, as a matter of fact. I really hemmed and hawed, and I wasn't sure, but you know what? I applied for a different job within the company I work for, because I'm sick and tired of what I do. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it's annoying, and it's a dysfunctional department, and I would rather go be a manager in a different area and try something new. Well, that was uncomfortable. So got to just do it. You got to make that decision and move forward. No second guessing, hemming, hawing, or any other crap. But then, right, I got to be prepared to deal with whatever comes with that thing. Right? It might be a mistake. I don't even know if I'll get an interview. Who knows? They might not even interview me. If they interview me, I might not get the job. Okay, right? That'll hurt, and it is what it is. But I know 1 month from now, 21 days plus, I will either have this job and be off on my next 21-day adventure, or I will be done and moving on and focusing on other things. It's just a matter of finding the right mindset to allow yourself to do just that, right? Allow yourself to be in that thing for that amount of time, commit to it, take what steps you need to, and do whatever you can not to quit until you have reached day 21, and then reassess and see how you feel at that point. So there you go. That is my advice, my talk up, my whatever this is. And of course, if you're one of the 2 or 3 people that started this podcast and started giving a listen today, thank you. If you made it past my initial belly aching in the first few minutes, and here you are at minute 20, really thank you. Appreciate you very much. And you guys are very much on my mind right now, and what we want to do going forward. But that's it for now. I will stop. I will move on with my day, and I hope that wherever you are, things are going well for you. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Have a good one.